hanging out in this comfy old bed. Cozy.
I was gonna say,
That was so weird of me, but go on.
the only thing that came to my brain when you asked me what I was doing was I was gonna say farting.
Oh, you were going to say that?
Yeah,
I don't know why you would say that.
I don't either. I held it back. I held it back
know.
until I couldn't hold it back anymore.
It's funny.
And theme.
Well, I'm happy we're that comfortable. We just
Yeah. Lay in bed together.
lay in bed. That's
Fart
that's where I was
together.
going. No, but I saw the reluctancy, so I threw a filler out
Yeah,
there.
you went
and
in
then
there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, I ain't gonna let it go Aqua Taco here.
We aren't gonna have any breaks in this one.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Little hamster on a wheel. Just keep it going.
I like it.
But
What we're doing right now.
Oh, what we're
is
doing.
The
Help
Help Podcast. It's our weekly cry for help.
SOS.
And someone save us.
Yeah, we've been crying for help, y'all guys, and we haven't got any.
Nothing. No lifelines. Like, I've expected somebody to throw me what's the thing from the boat?
Yeah, exactly.
circle
See, we
thing?
don't even know what it is.
I
Little
don't.
flotation device.
The flotation device. The tube. Is it a tube? I don't know.
The donut.
Yeah, that
floater.
guy. We need help. We don't even know what to ask for. Someone help us.
Nobody's messaged us. We're out there uncentered.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, guys. We don't need you.
I don't know. Oh,
Yes, we do.
You're so salty.
Yes, we do.
Check it out. So today we're talking about, okay, so for all of y'all out there who have done this before, y'all are going to relate so hard. We're talking about none other than
serving. Tableside service.
hell on wheels.
on earth. Thanks, Stu. I'm like literally about to get back into serving. So.
Oh, goodness. No, it's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's like figuring it out and have to take detours. And you know what? You took that time to figure out like what you want. And then there's so many people like that, friends of mine, they're doing these jobs and I absolutely hate them.
Oh, yeah. Let's start out with the positives of serving.
Yeah.
Because there are some very great
really?
things about it.
Okay. Well,
Where it's just something that you can always fall back on, which is really
Yeah.
nice. Like when you need time to quit your job because you want to cry all the time.
yeah.
Like you know that you can serve tables again. So it gives you a little bit of freedom.
Yeah. You don't take it home with you.
No,
So
you're done.
You're done for the day.
Except for like, if you ever have the moment where you're like laying by the pool.
Of course, I already know, girl.
And you're just like soaking in the sun and you just like shoot up and you're like, oh, I forgot to get that guy his ketchup.
I forgot to give that person their napkins, damn it.
no.
And they didn't even say anything to me.
They
I'm
asked for silverware.
Remind me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It may be my job, but I forget sometimes.
Yeah. So there are positives to serving. I'm not going to say I'm excited about getting back into it. That's not the right word by any means.
Yeah.
But I am like appreciative of the flexibility of scheduling, the ability to like take time off. Not a lot. I mean, stress in the moment, but like once you're out of there, like it's done, it's over.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I think that's about it. That's like the main things I can think
But
of.
there's like really a stigma. People are like, "Oh, you're a server, peasant." I'm like, no, dude. Like, there's a lot of students and there's people from all walks of life that have taken a break. Like, I've had people that are like RNs and they decided that's not what they wanted to do, so they go back to serving.
Yeah.
It's not absolutely horrendous, but you know, like
I
with
think-
any serving, there's like drinking
Yeah.
all the time and just like some of the stigma is true. Like a lot of people party. You could always find a person to drink with when you're serving.
Yeah, for sure. I think that stigma is... I had a lot of problems with that. Like, I projected that a lot, I think, when I first started. Even though I was, like, young and it was, like, fine to be a server. And I will often find myself, like, referring to... like, I'll say, like, oh, I'm serving right now, but I'm, like, looking for a real job. Like, I won't, like, qualify it as a real job.
Yeah, but
which I think is shitty. Like, I wish I wouldn't do that.
There's professional servers out there. Like, I've done fine dining restaurants, man. Oof. And I mean, I've had people that work there, they're like 40s.
Yeah, they love it.
You know,
like,
and that's their thing. And they call themselves professional. Well, he called himself a professional server because he was like, set the standard, like how you're going to treat me. He's like, I'm not just a server. I'm a professional server. Don't mess with me kind of attitude.
Yeah, some people really like it.
Even
Career servers.
Even though we're telling people this, they're still going to be like, serving. You know what I mean?
I think that's like, I want to say that's people that haven't done it too.
You think so?
And are probably like afraid of doing it.
Well, we've done it and we're still like, you know, you're like, there's like still some embarrassment, but whatever, you know?
Yeah, but I think, do you think that's a projection? I think that's a projection I have. Like, I don't think people actually think like, ugh.
Maybe. I don't know, because some of the stuff you have to go through as a server, and it's not all the time, not all people are bad, but like some of the, like, you know, humiliating and degrading moments where people treat you. There's a pillow. Hi, Maggie. Some of the things, the ways people treat you, it's like, you don't want to be treated like that. Like, subpar, peasant, kind of like, yeah. You know, people getting mad at you.
Go get me my beer, peasant.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I had, I saw somebody, I'm bartending right now while I'm going to school, y'all, but, I had somebody have a handful of plates.
You have to say that while I'm going to school.
While I'm going, yeah, because obviously I'm embarrassed about it.
You don't have to. You don't have to be embarrassed.
I know.
Anyway, bartending while you're going to school.
I had somebody the other night. They went up to my manager, and look, we were so busy. They had a handful of plates, and then this guy walked up to my manager and sticks them out. It's like, "Are you gonna do something with these?" And handed it to him. Didn't even give him time, and then he walked away. And he didn't even care if my manager answered. But I was like, "How cruddy, dude! Like, how cruddy do you have to be to just like?" I'm like, obviously we're busy. You know, this person had went and sat at a dirty table and just claimed it as their own.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And so they were offended. There was dishes, and it's like, no, you didn't even give anybody time to clean it off. You know, why you gotta be? And then those moments where you're just like, well, this is hell. This is hell.
This is hell on earth.
And then I watched my manager see if he get pissed off, because I would be like, you know, I don't know. I would be upset about that. But he was just like, okay, well, you're whatever. And he got over it. He just let it go. But I'm like,
yeah,
kick that guy out.
Oh.
Sorry, bro.
Kick that guy
out.
That's okay. Yeah, I think that serving for me when I first started, and probably mostly at Topgolf too.
You were a good server, by the way.
Oh, thank you. There's like so many insecurities that I had around serving, because it plays into my whole like perfectionist thing, and like I have to do this like perfectly. Yeah. And this is what is expected of me. So I think it helped me. Which is probably the part that I'm like excited about, is like it helped me chill out on that a little bit, of like, things are not gonna go perfectly, like shit's gonna happen, people are gonna be mad, but like there's a way to deal with it, and like get everybody on the same page, and like it also learned me how to, I need to do some more learning. It taught me like that, and just customer service in general, like when I worked retail in college, it taught me like that, which I probably couldn't put it in words until like a lot later after like self-help books, but that like people being mad at you for those types of things, or like being angry for things that happen.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with you.
It's nothing to do with you. It's like their own ego and anger.
Yeah,
and, like, they're projecting it, and so like you don't have to accept it. Like you don't have to like take that on and receive it in any way.
Yeah, for sure. You just let it go. But like when you're so like immersed in it, sometimes it's hard to just like take yourself out of the situation.
Sure.
Do you have any moments where you're like a bad server? You're like, I'm a horrible server. I've done some cringeworthy stuff, for sure.
So, I think the worst moment...
Oh, tell me.
...comes to mind...
Yes.
...was I want to say it was like a engagement party or like a bridal shower or something at Topgolf.
Mm-hmm.
And like there had just been like so much miscommunication from the start, from the person who planned it with the guest. Like they were just like, when they got there, like the setup wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Like they were something to do with mimosas. Like you remember how you just put them in like the things in the carafe, and then you had to get, because you can't just like, they thought it was going to be like self-serve mimosas.
Yeah,
and it's
and
like,
then
hey,
just
that's against the law.
Like, they're like in the midst of figuring it out.
And so like I think it was maybe like a bridal shower, because it was like the person who the party was for and her mom, and they were like so upset, until I like was able to like, I mean, it was just not a good experience. Like it was just a lot of like conflict management and like just trying to like re-manage their expectations because they had these like crazy expectations.
Oh, so they thought it was going to be a self-serve mimosa, and you're like there, and you're like, and definitely not going to be that. And then and you're
so
like,
it's like they're upset from the start.
Yeah, you're like, great, can't wait to be with you for 2 hours.
So now like nothing can go right.
Yeah, you're like, can somebody take this, please? I don't want to take care of you.
I think like whatever happened, like it took forever to get the champagne for the mimosas.
Okay.
It took forever to get the champagne for the mimosas, so then they were like upset about that, and then like maybe the food, like it was just one of those where like everything goes wrong,
and then you can't even save it. There's no point of reviving the situation.
Exactly, it's just you're just managing at this point. Like let's just like try to figure out.
Your tip's already out the window at this point. You're like, I'm not making anything on this.
So, and they kept asking somebody else, like because they were just so over me, like
of course, because when they show up, it's like you're the person, you don't know what's going on,
exactly,
and so they're like, I don't even want to deal with you, and you're like, well, maybe I'm just misinformed. Okay, I'm trying to make the situation better.
It wasn't even like that I was misinformed. It was that I was doing what the event planner had not like
relayed the message,
had not like accurately set these people's expectations, and but it was like, so they're like trying to call her, like I'm the one who's like I've fucked all of this up for them, which is like fine, whatever, you need somebody to be that person, and like whatever, that's what I'm scheduled to be for you right now. So I'm over it, and they're like asking this other guy who's walking to his bays like all of these questions, and I'm annoyed and just like trying to make it through at this point basically.
And when you say bays, these are the tables. So you're walking through your sections and table.
Yeah. And he's walking past theirs. So they're like stopping him and asking him questions, which is ridiculous because like they were the only people I was there for. So I was there all the time. And they just like, and you're like, great,
now I have to look at you face to face.
After you talk to this guy.
Well, and then you got to stand there and just like and let it sink in all the stuff that's going on, you know?
Yeah, and it was like
make eye contact with them. I'd be like, dude, I'm over it.
It was one of those things where you knew like they were just so over you because I was there all the time and they wouldn't ask me anything, and then as soon as I walked away, they'd ask this guy. So it was like one of those things where it's like, this is gone. Like there's nothing I can do to like save this.
Yeah.
They're confused about like my part of it.
Well, and like, I'm confused because now I'm thrown in a situation of never.
I mean, I wasn't confused. Like, I just was like, you guys just don't understand, like, what's happening.
Goodness, what the heck did the event planner tell them?
Oh, we can talk about who it was after. But, yeah, so it was just, like, there was nothing I could say or do to, like, make it right. And so I took down, it was on the second floor in Topgolf, so the big bev station. Right there, remember it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I took their buffet down, and I was in there talking to somebody about it. Like, somebody had just come in. I want to say it was, like, Kellyanne, actually.
Yeah.
And I was, like, telling her about, like, what had happened. Eating their food.
Heck yeah.
Of their tray.
Heck yeah, because there's such good food. Oh, stop, Brooke,
I'd been in there for, like, I took the buffet down. I was like, hey, I'm going to take this downstairs.
Oh, my gosh,
right
Brooke, I'm going to cringe.
I'll be right back. Do you guys need anything before? It might be a little bit longer than normal. Like, do you need anything before I go? And she's like, no, I think we're fine. So I'm, like, eating their food and talking shit about them, basically. The mom opens the door to the bev station.
Why?
I'm, like, mid-bite.
With their food. With their food. And what did she say?
I don't even know. She wanted something.
Why are you coming in the beverage station?
Because she was a bitch.
Why are you coming in here? Let me have my moment of privacy.
I mean, I told you I'd be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my most embarrassing of like, but it was one of those things where it's like, it's already gone so wrong that like, it doesn't even fucking matter that I'm eating their food right now. Like,
that is so funny.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, freaking A. There's like no point of return. Those are the worst situations to be in. Yo, I remember, because we did events together. We did events at Topgolf, y'all. And some of these things were so massive and people were spending so much money. There's a lot of pressure on you, which you're also serving, but you're setting up a buffet. Anyways, freaking A. One time, they made me leave. Somebody bought all of Topgolf, and I had to be lead. And you know what being lead is?
Yeah,
you're directing like so many different people as to what they're doing. You're making sure it gets done, which means I am sweating because I'm walking everywhere. It's a large building, but I remember this is so funny, okay? One time I was so, like, I got everything done and I needed a moment to just kind of breathe. And I don't know why I thought this was a great spot, but we had, like, this closet or, like, this area where there was all these chairs that we needed for events and we'd stack them up. Well, because I was hiding from everybody. Because if anybody saw me, they needed something from me.
Right.
But everything was going smoothly. I needed a breather, so I go behind the chairs, right? Let me tell you, y'all. I was in this hallway behind these chairs. The GM of Topgolf, like, walked up in there. Y'all, I was there for like 10 minutes just hiding because I can't come out from behind the chairs or he's gonna know.
Oh no.
Yeah. And he's gonna know that I wasn't doing my job and I was like taking a breather. So I just sat there planted up against the wall and I remember thinking, F my life. The event's about to start. I need to be out there. I need to say hi to the host of the event, introduce myself, but man, did I hide. I was like, I'm not going out there. There's no way. I'm not losing my job today. But I remember.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I would have been like, oh, I just was, I was grabbing an extra chair.
Yeah. It was a stack of like 50 chairs. Like, there's no way he's seeing me, but I was like in this really weird situation where I like was in this position where I couldn't move or he'd see me.
Oh my god.
But good old serving days. I remember, you've done bachelorettes. They would always schedule the girls for the bachelorettes,
for the bachelor party.
Bachelor.
Yeah.
I don't even know the difference, to be honest. Bachelor parties.
The guy ones, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why they always put me on there. I'm not going to flirt with you. I'm just going to talk to you.
Like, I was going through my phone the other day.
Yeah.
And I had so many, I was like going through my contacts and deleting old contacts.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, from those, or just from guys coming in, like,
oh, they would give you the number.
Or, like,
they never asked me for my number.
Whatever.
I'm not kidding.
That's probably because you weren't, I was, like, flirting to get that tip, girl.
Oh, girl, see, I'm so bad at that. I'm like, how was your day? The weather's nice.
Ooh, good swing on that last ball.
Yeah, like, I just kept it. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to joke, but, like, my 21-year-old self was probably talking about, like, stupid and mature shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But they probably were too, so it's okay.
Yeah, they're probably like,
maybe they were too scared.
Skirt.
He was skirt.
So you have all these numbers that you like were looking?
They're deleted now. There was one that was like Bay 215.
Stop.
Don't
You're like
answer.
You're like table 20. That guy. Yeah. Oh really? Don't answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine that. That's funny. Yeah, no, you're like super relatable. So I'm sure they wanted to like talk to you in some aspect. I remember doing this bachelor party, and it was all these bartenders, y'all. If you've been to 6th Street in Austin, y'all know how crazy it is. But there's these bartenders, and they had this bachelor party for their friend, and they were all bartenders on 6th Street. So they all wanted to get drunk, litty titty, and Topgolf at the time would let you not really take shots with them, but I would take a placebo shot just to liven up the mood. And yeah. Well, they were taking shots of Rumplemints. They were doing like these big ass shots of Rumplemints.
These were probably people that I know.
Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah.
Well, y'all guys, so they're already like litty titty. They had a party bus that was going to take them. They had a DD. Everything was good to go. But I went to...
What did they look like?
I'll have to show you. You know this guy. Everybody thought this guy was good looking. And I had to take care of him. And he recommended... He was like, I want Stevie. Because he had some weird crush on me. And I was like, not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. I don't care how many people think you're hot. Like, you're just like, not for me.
Wait, you know his name?
No, it's just some big beefy guy that worked on 6th Street. And anyways,
I need to know who this is. I feel like I know who this is.
Yeah, I'll have to show you a picture if I can find it. I don't even know where he is or what his name is, to be honest. I don't remember his first name. But so I'm taking care of him. They're taking all these shots, and I kept doing this placebo thing of acting like I'm having shots with them, but really not. And I'd have a water shot. Guys, I lost my shot on the tray.
You gave somebody a water shot?
Yeah, but they were too, like,
drunk
at that point where they didn't even know. But bitch, did I know when I took that shot, I was like, fuck. I mean, I'm like 102 pounds. I don't... I remember I was like, fuck, I'm so tipsy right now.
Oh, no.
It was,
should have, like, thrown it on the floor.
And I'm like, oh, my gosh. I'm in the elevator bringing down the buffet, and I'm just like,
hammered.
I'm feeling kind of tipsy. But then I was kind of okay with it. I was like, hey, today's going to go good.
It's going to be a good shift.
Oh, I kid you not, when they tipped me, Brooke, I remember this. They tipped me $600. Mm-hmm. They tipped me $600 for
Sounds
2 hours
right.
of my time.
Sounds about right.
I'm like, I need to go work on 6th Street at the Blind Pig because these fools are making so much money.
We had a guy at one of our stores.
Yeah.
A customer.
Yeah.
So this store had cocktail waitresses.
Yeah.
And one Saturday night, he had a crush on this cocktail waitress girl. Like, she had, like, snaps from him. This was like a whole thing in our company.
Oh, okay. So
like that went down. He tipped her $1,000. A cocktail waitress.
Did you know what
on his company card? So of course,
was he drunk?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's totally drunk. Yo, if you tip somebody like that much as a man and you're sending snap and somebody's not responding, I feel like you're putting yourself into the sugar daddy zone automatically.
Yeah. Well, I think she was responding.
Well, now she's responding.
Yeah.
Oh, she was before?
It was $700 or $1,000. I can't remember.
I don't know. That's a lot of money.
But she sent us the snaps of after, and it was like, hope I tipped you enough tonight. Ha. I'm just in my penthouse. Like,
no, he wasn't.
What?
Oh my God, this poor man.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Ugh.
This is cringe.
Gross.
Yeah. Man, those are the worst.
That's what you encounter in the service industry. So
swear. You want to hear the worst? This is actually going to make everybody cringe, everybody listening cringe. They always put me on these bachelor parties, and I always was like, why are you putting me on these bachelor parties? Like, I'm not a good flirt. I'm going to talk to you like a human, and I'm going to kick it like a human because I don't want to, and I don't like the pressure of entertaining people. In the moment you look to me and entertain you, I'm going to just not want to talk to you from that point on. Like, I just don't want to because it makes me feel really uncomfortable. And I was so young, but like they put me on this bachelor party and these men were like 45. I mean, I was like 20, 21 at the time. Probably can't even drink. But dude, this guy one time, freaking, I was standing there, and this is going to take such a left turn now that I'm saying this and I'm like regretting it. This old man grabbed my butt.
Ugh.
And he goes, this is so cringe. I have to nervous laugh about it to get out my uncomfortability. He goes, tell me if you don't like it. And I remember thinking, I just didn't even feel comfortable telling our managers about it, and them handling the situation. That I just bared through the whole fucking event, and I just didn't stand next to him again. What
did you say anything to him in the moment?
No, I didn't know I was like mortified, which that's my own problem for not like being like.
No, I do that too though. Just like freezing.
Well, and then I had to make money. I needed to make money that day, so it's like a really weird situation where it's like, okay, if I say something, he's not gonna tip me at all, and then I'm in this weird situation. Yeah, it was just such a weird, and then I didn't want to talk to our management about it. Yeah. Because, like, what are they going to do? Kick them out? And they just spent, like, $2,000. It was just too much. Yeah. Yeah, which they should. But, like, the way I thought about it was just so self-deprecating to my own self.
Well, but you're in, like, especially in I'm sure this happens way too often in a serving environment. Yeah. Like, you're in this environment where, like, it's already kind of high stress. Like, you're serving the table, and then, like, some weird fucking thing like that happens. And when you're in server mode, like, what your like primary focus is to like please these people. I know, and you literally sometimes you got to jump through hoops with this and like be uncomfortable, and I hate that. Like it's so like. But I don't think you have to be like customer, in that situation. Yeah, you're right. But it's so customer dominated. Yeah. That like you're like that's most servers get $2.14 an hour. Like you need these tips, and it's like sometimes you feel like you're in this like moment of like feeling like you have to compromise just to get this stupid tip while this person's being a dick. Yeah, and it's very hard to, in general, it's very hard for me to process those kinds of things like in the moment. Have you heard this new thing about like there's like stress reactions like flight or flight? Mm-hmm. There's also freeze. And like really, I have that big time. Like where instead of, and it's like I think it's for me, it's kind of a version of flight. Like if I just freeze and like don't say anything and don't react and detach myself from the situation, it's a way of like kind of getting out of there. It's like a safety thing for me, but it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't, like, which it's just hard. Like, it's hard to process that in the moment. And when it's like, I just get really scared. So I just freeze. And, that's what I would have done in that situation, is just been like, all right, I'm just going to avoid that guy and not say anything as like a part of a type of trying to get away from it. But I'm sure that comes up a lot because there's so many young girls in the service industry.
Well, and also, you know what, there is always a time, and every server knows, there's always that like one day where you had that one table and they were just like completely rude. It's so common, and you're just like, dude, come on, man, can you just like talk to me like a person? But they like come in pissed off or something and just take it out on you, and you're just like, I'll just be your soundboard. You just throw everything at me, cool. And hopefully it bounces back. But really, I'm just absorbing it all. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, I guess in a way, I'm like a little bit excited to get back into serving.
Yeah, there's so many. You meet so many people,
and it's like that's a good exercise of like knowing that. When those people come in, like, that's their own problem. Like, it's not on you, and like, you can do your best still, and like, probably that's not gonna be enough. For sure. But, like, you don't have to put yourself out just because these people suck.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, man, they're just shitty. Let them be shitty.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. For sure. Well, dude, good times. Okay, last thing. Have you ever done something questionable while serving? Like,
besides eating all of the food all the time.
Have you seen anybody do something questionable?
Like, are you talking about, like, waiting questionable?
Yeah. Like, dude, one time this guy was like, hey, Stevie, you want some of this food? I was like, I ate some. He's like, yeah, I was off table 22. And I was like, you need to tell me, dude, because I need to look if the people are sanitary. And secondly, I don't want to eat after people. Don't just, like... I don't eat after I was everybody. So mad at him.
Fries left on that plate. I'm like, what you got?
Are you for real? You be eating off people's plates in the bathroom?
Hell yeah.
Oh, goodness, that's funny.
Free meal.
Yo, I did. That is so funny because sometimes... No, I just, like, watch people, and then I look at the table, because I have to... If you're going to eat off a person's table, you need to make sure they're not, like, coughing and shit. You need to make sure. You know, like, you don't want them to look, like, unsanitary as a human.
Blowing their nose at the table.
Yeah, blowing their nose at the table, eating with their hands, yeah.
I might still do it.
Oh, no, Brooke, no! No, don't do it.
I've got a stomach of steel.
That is so funny.
I've never had, have you ever had, like, food, what is it?
Food poisoning?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I have.
Oh, I've never had it.
Well, you know...
I have a stomach of fucking steel. Like, I can eat anything.
She was a Viking in her past life. Viking stomach. Sparta.
Yeah, no, I've never had food poisoning.
Really? Yeah, I have. I have, definitely.
From a restaurant? Do you have it right now?
No. It's just that time of the day, you know?
Yeah.
That time of the day.
So, like, let's wrap this up real quick. Stevie's got places to be.
But, no, I haven't. But when we used to take those On It, which were these focus pills, and I had adverse side effects, and I was throwing up for 2 days after I took those.
Throwing up?
For 2 days.
It made me feel so... It was not every time, but most of the times it made me feel so sick.
And I was like, why do people not... Like, I looked at the reviews, I was surprised. But one thing I have done that's super questionable, I had this table of, like, 20 people, and it was these women and like these men, and they kept like changing seats.
Oh god.
And then not to mention, like, they wouldn't acknowledge me when I was at the table, and so I'd be talking to myself, and like they had moved so much. Like, I had brought the food out and I was calling out their food, and some of them were like gluten-free. And I asked them, I always ask them, like, are you celiac? Or, you know, like, how
like how gluten-free are you?
Yeah, how gluten-free, you know? Are we going vegan here? Are we just, you know, you just want gluten-free because you want gluten-free?
Right.
Anyways, they weren't acknowledging me, and they were just kind of being cruddy. And I was calling out their food, and I got to a point where they weren't even acknowledging me as a person or a human. And I was so over it because I'd be in the midst of, like, taking an order, and then somebody's like, can you refill my drink? Or, like, talking to me in the middle of it. And I'm like, hey, I'll get to you. But nothing I ever did was fast enough, and they were just irritated. And so, you know what I said? They didn't tell me they were celiac. So in my head, I'm like, all right, you're not going to acknowledge me. I'm putting this food on the table, and you know what? This is horrible. I'm self-incriminating myself. If you got the shits later and you were celiac and you didn't tell me, that's your own personal problem.
Own fucking fault.
Because at this point, and I went to the back beverage station. I was talking to my friend Tiffany about it, and my manager overheard me.
Oh no!
And went to the table, to the girl that was gluten-free because she wasn't acknowledging me, and like took her meal out from in front of her and went and made a new one. And I remember I couldn't even split up the tickets because I was so confused, and it was just like this domino effect of just the anxiety of like trying to make it go good and not being able to please him, that I just started second guessing myself and messing up, and it was like a domino effect. And I remember I was like, you know, you see in movies where people are like just shitty servers. I was that person because at that point I just did not give a damn. I didn't give a damn, and I was like, y'all are treating me so badly that I'm like, I just threw all cares out the window at that point, you know, because I couldn't do anything right, you know, and I wanted to.
There are some people in the world who, like, every time they go to a restaurant, it's as if they've never been to a restaurant and they don't understand how service works.
Yeah, like crazy.
Did you just not, like, pay attention the last time you were at one of these things?
Were you brain dead?
You're still just not picking it up?
Oh,
okay.
no, you're my only table.
Yeah.
Only table.
Yeah. There's a lot of those people.
And I personally handmade your food, so when it's wrong, look at me.
Holler
because
at me.
I made it, you know? It's my fault.
I was back there. I was back there. I was here. It was great.
You know, I can survive off of this $214 an hour, so you know what? Don't tip me. You know, you already mad. Okay.
Fine.
It's fine. You're good. All right, well, I would
say let's like there are, like everything, there are pros and cons to serving, and I think that like I go into it in like a like I literally go into it in like a battle mode. Like I'm like, okay, we're gonna face our demons. Like,
seriously?
Yeah, like these insecurities are gonna pop up, but like this is what you're doing. This job allows you to have like freedom.
Dude, I met you
to
there.
Make your own money. Yeah, you can meet some people. Yeah, so I go in battle mode of like,
heck yeah,
some shit's gonna pop up. Like times are gonna get tough, but like you're gonna make it through this.
Yeah, it's like you go to work and you're like, man, I hate work, and then you tell yourself internally, you're like, no, I don't hate it at all. No, I love it. It's gonna be a good day, and then you're just like suppressing a surprise. I think
Serving, it probably is a good job for people who are like perfectionists or people pleasers, because it kind of, like I said before, like it taught me like how it depends on how you look at it, I guess, because it can also be a horrible job for those people. If like
flexing that muscle, baby.
Yeah, so if you want to work on, you know, just like letting things go to shit and being okay with it.
Yeah.
Be a surfer.
Also talking capacity, because people just like, you know, talk to you, which you do want to sometimes, and sometimes you'd like peace and quiet, but that's not really on the table, so you really flex that muscle.
Yeah, a lot of interaction.
Yeah, you get better at like talking and smoothing over awkward moments with people, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
You're like, here's a filler.
Hey, here's a fun tip for you.
Fun tip.
Fun fact.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all.
Let's wrap it up. Should we wrap it up?
Rappity rap.
We'll be back next week, and we'll talk about some more stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let us know if there's
anything y'all want to hear.
Yeah.
Y'all are interested in, or maybe any feedback. If y'all are like, this one sucks, let us know.
Yeah, holler at us.
Holler, DM.
We'll cry a little.
Yeah, don't do a comment. But just a DM, like, so it's more, so we can only see it.
And we can cry to ourselves, and then
we'll get over it,
and it'll be okay. Yeah. And we'll work on it and move forward.
All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. Y'all stay foxy. Colt hates that. We'll talk to y'all later, Randall.
Randall, love you motherfucker.
All right, peace out.
Okay, thanks for listening to us, guys.
Yes, if you want to give a shout out or just reach us.
Or send in like a topic you want us to bullshit on.
Yeah. Our email is helpthepodcast@gmail.com, and our Instagram is...
It is at The Help Podcast.
At The Help Podcast.
And you can search Facebook, The Help Podcast. We're on there as well. And you can find all of our episodes on any major podcasting platform.
Yes.
iTunes, Stitcher.
Or if you get confused, just email us. We'll help you.
We'll send you the link, girl. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all have a good one.